a DML operation, I mean record changes in account, right? Yeah. So whenever there is a change in the record or a change in the rows, there we need to write a user action place. Here the user action is occurring at a account object, so we need to write a trigger on account. And which events? So my question is that whenever I insert a new account, I need to create a contact. So I need to relate. If I want to relate, I need to get ID of the account. Okay, ID of account will generate only if it is successfully saved. I mean after trigger. Yesterday we discussed it before that in before insert you don't have a record IDs. If something you need to work with IDs in the insert, then you need to go with after triggers. Okay. Whenever I am inserting a record, I need to update. So it means I have only one event that I need to handle is called after insert. After insert. So if you remember, we already had a trigger in place for account object to do a validation, right? Account validation. To do account validation, we already had a trigger. But here we had after insert, so we don't have. So you should not have a duplicate triggers. You should have a always one trigger for one object, one trigger for one object, and you need to create a multiple. And if you want, you can create a multiple controllers for different modules, but it need to be invoked from the same trigger. Okay. Why? Because consider here I am doing my validation, account validation, and then I need to say, let's suppose there is other trigger which is executing prior to this. Prior to this means it means that all your contact creation, everything is done. Later it will say that account is error. It's not a good idea, right? Okay. So now I'm gonna create a new Apex class saying that account contact, account contact CTRL controller. In this, which event we are trying to handle? Public void create contact, create contacts. So if I am calling this method from account trigger, what type of data I will be having after insert? After insert, what and all we have? In after insert, we have trigger.newMap also, right? Sharon, you there? Yeah. In after trigger, in after insert, you have a data called trigger.newMap is also a collection variable, right? So here I will be using my collection variable called after insert. New map. So in new map, what and all I will be having? I have key as a account ID and account value as a account record. So now what I need to form? I need to have a contacts collection. So I am initializing one collection for contact con list equal to new list of contact. So first I need to see here in this new map I will be having more than one record. I'll be having more than one record. So how to iterate a map? Iterate the new map. How to iterate map, Sharanya? There are two ways to iterate, right? You can iterate your map. You can iterate your map using IDs, I mean keys. You can iterate your values using values. Which one is recommended way? Iterating your map using IDs, okay? Keys. For how to iterate. What is the data type for a key here? What is the data type for a key? This is my key place, right? ID is a data type. ID is a data type. And which ID is this? Let's say I'm taking as a key. And how to get only keys? There is a method. Which method is that? We use it in here. In this trigger we consume for update trigger. Which method we utilize? Key set. Key set will result a set of keys, and values will result list of values here, right? So here we need to go with a new map dot key set. Now I had a key set. Now what I need to extract? I need to extract the account, right? So I'm saying that I'm getting my account ACC equal to how to get account value from a map. What is the method? If you want to get a value from a map, then you need to use map dot get of key. Will result a value in it. Okay, get of key. Now I'm creating an object for contact con equal to new contact. So what I will do, con dot last name equal to ssc dot name, con dot phone equal to acc dot phone. And then once I entered all these details, and then I'll say con list dot add of con. Is that correct? The list of contact is expecting object of a contact. That's what we are passing into a con list, right? Object of a contact, right? So the data type is matching. So if you want to add a element to a list, you need to use a method called add method. You can't use a equal to because it is a collection of data. So we need to go with a add method, add of. And then before doing anything, first we need to check the size of collection to perform DML operations. So we need to check a DML operation size always. It's not a good idea that you can perform directly. All you need to check the list of, size of collection DML operation value. If how to get size? What is the method for size? It is dot size greater than 0. It means if it is greater than 0, it have at least one record for sure. So insert con list. Insert con list. Now we need to access this handler here. I'm handling that handler 1 equal to new object. In which event we need to handle this? This need to be after insert, right? Trigger dot is insert and trigger dot is after. Handler 1 dot create contacts, I think. Yes, create contacts. Create contacts of trigger dot new map. Trigger dot new map. Let's test this. So I'm creating a new account saying that create contact test. Phone number I'm giving. Okay, and I'm saving it. Website is mandatory. Okay. Save. Now I can see 1 minute. Why this is not created? Yeah, trigger dot is insert is after, correct. Okay, now there is a issue. Okay, got it. Now what happened? There is a contact which is created. Don't worry. There is a contact which is created now saying that create contact test, right? But it is not tagged to account. This is not related to account. Ideally, the expectation for is this: we need to relate it to account, right? We need to relate it to contact test. Create contact test and then save. So this is what the expectation. It should be coming under this account, right? But what is missing then? In our code, what we want to do, we need to link the contact whatever we are creating to this account. So we are not doing that. What we can do here is con dot account ID equal to acc.id. Account ID equal to acc.id means we are saying that this account is related to this account. Okay. Now what I'll do, let delete this. I'm deleting this. New create contact v2. Save. Now you got it directly, right? So here what we did, why we went to after trigger here? Because we need account ID, right? Because we need account ID. Because we need account ID, so we went to after trigger. Now, let's say, let me create if after triggers, whenever you wanted to work with the formulas, then also you need to go with after triggers. Because the formulas in Salesforce will only calculate if the record is committed. Okay, the formulas will calculate in the object in the Salesforce only if the record saved successfully. Clear? So if I have a dependency on a formula field, then I need to go with the after triggers. If I have dependency on a formula field, then I need to go with a formula fields. If I have a dependency on formula fields, I need to go with the after triggers. Let's take for this, if I have an opportunity, when I am creating a new opportunity, amount, if I entered an amount, I need to have a average of, 50% of amount is nothing but divided by 2, okay? Some random calculation. Let's say I'll create one new formula field in an opportunity where we'll not able to calculate. New, I'm creating one formula field which is a return type called number formula. Next, return type is currency. Decimal place is 0. I'll say that amount margin. Let's say I'm not giving any, let's say random logic. It's a very random logic. I'll say that 2.7 into opportunity amount divided by 1.3. This is my margin amount, that's what I mentioned. So for sure we'll not able to calculate this value, right? So I'm just making it. I'm saying if this amount is greater than less than 10. No, I don't know. Yeah. First let me check it out. If I say amount is 10, opportunity name is test, close the date and staging equal to prospective say. Acha, we had a validation tool. I'm deactivating this validation tool. Okay. You remembered why we written this validation tool, to check with the workflow and validation tool skipping. If this updates as 100, the other one will update as a 99, right? For that only we return. Say, if I have 10, it means that 1. If I have 100, it means that 100, right? not expected revenue. Amount margin is 21. For 10, it is 21. I don't know. If it is less than 50, if it is less than 50, it need to throw error saying that your opportunity cannot be created. If amount margin is less than 50, then we need to throw error saying that your opportunity cannot be created. Okay. But this is a formula field when this will calculate after creating a object, after creating an object. Okay. After creating a record. Clear? Can we throw a validation error even after triggers? Can we throw a error? Because in before triggers we had a method called add error, right? Can we have the same add error in after triggers? Yes, we can have. Yes, we can have because it is in the same transaction. Transaction is not yet been completed, so we can have. If anything goes wrong in the transaction, the record will not say commit to the system. See, generally in databases we have two concepts: save and commit, right? Save means it just went to the database, but it never committed to the system. It waits. You need to give a command saying that it need to be committed. Once the transaction is completely successful, then only record will save. Otherwise, everything will roll back. Right? Same thing applies to trigger also. So trigger, where I need to write a trigger now? In which object I need to write a trigger now? Opportunity. Okay. One thing is clear that we need to write a trigger on opportunity. Opportunity underscore TGR. Opportunity. Certainly. So what are the events I need to handle here? What are the events after insert? That's it. Record can be created. Record can be modified, right? After update. Clear. So can we write a code inside trigger, or we need to write a code inside Apex classes? Yeah. So you can also write. You are allowed to write your business logic within the trigger. For the Salesforce best practice, you are not gonna do that. So we are writing an opportunity trigger handler. Opportunity TGR HTLR trigger handler. So which method we are gonna write? Public void after insert. In after insert, what kind of data you will be having? Opportunities only. Which collection? Let's say I'm taking collection. Whenever there is a map available, I will go with map. Okay. Opportunity new map. What we need to do? We need to validate, right? If you want to validate, what you need to do? You need to iterate the new map data, right? New map iteration. So then for I want to iterate using values. I want to iterate using values now. I'm specifically mentioned opportunity. Okay. Opportunity, then OPP variable name, then new map dot values. Then if OPP dot, you need to get a field name. What is your field name here? BA50 underscore account margin. All right. Amount margin. If it is less than 50, if it is less than 50, then we will be saying that OPP dot amount spelling is correct, AMOUT. Okay. amount should be greater than, I'm saying that OPP dot, we are writing saying that as now amount margin is OPP dot, so this is how I'm giving both amount and amount margin, okay, but it is showing error. Why it is showing error? What error it is showing? Sorry, dot add error. Error dot add error. Now what I'll do, I'll create an account, I'll create an opportunity, new prospect, amount equal to 10. So for sure you'll get error because it is 10 means 21 is the margin we saw last time. Why we didn't get error, Sharanya? Why we didn't get, even though 21, why didn't receive any error? Because we never called this apex class inside my trigger. Right? So we need to create an handler equal to new handler. Now if trigger dot is insert and trigger dot is after, handler dot after insert, handler dot after insert, trigger dot new map. Let's say I'm cloning this. Cloning is also kind of creation only. Say amount should be greater than 10, as now the amount margin is 21, right? If I say 100, for sure it is greater than 51, 207. How come it is 20? Say. So I can able to update now. What we need to do? We need to write trigger for a after triggers, right? We need to write a trigger for after. Do you think that after we need to write a different method or the existing one is fine? Here we are doing a validation check, right? Here we are doing a validation check, right? For this scenario, you will also do the same thing. You will also do the same thing whether you wanted to call your validation after insert validation rule, if it is less than 50 or not, right? So what you can, but I don't want, let's say I am updating my opportunity. I'm not updating opportunity, but I am updated my stage. This time I don't want to check for my validations. This time I don't want to check for my validation, right? Actually, I didn't change anything for amount, isn't it? Now what we need to do? We need to call the apex class only if there is a change in the amount. Else I don't want to call. Else I don't want to call. So it's very easy. Let's say I'm creating a new method only. Public void after update. In after update, what and all the collections you have? Data collections. You have map ID, comma, opportunity, new map, comma, map of ID, comma, opportunity, old map. Right? What wrong is this? After update. Opportunity spelling correct only, right? Why is this throwing error? Unexpected public. Sorry. Should be within the method. Okay. Now what I need to take a map of this one. So let's say map of id comma opportunity amount changed equal to new map of id comma opportunity. First I will verify whether my amount is changed or not changed. Okay, so to check that what way condition we had, we need to iterate using for, because you had two maps, right? If you had a two maps to compare, then better go with a collection keys. Key colon new map dot key set. Then what you need to get? You need to get your opportunity new OPP equal to new map dot get of key, right? Opportunity old OPP equal to old map dot get key, right? You got your old map, new opportunity and all opportunity, right? If what I am doing here, I am checking new opportunity dot amount margin. Is there Sharanya? Not equal to old OPP dot this one. Hello? Okay. So if this is both are not equal, that means that there is a change in the amount, right? Now I'll say that here why I'm check AMOUNT amount only I check AMOUNT amount change. Now what you can do? Amount change. If it is a list, we use a method called add, right? If it is a list, we use a method called add. If it is a map, which method we need to use? Put. We need to use a method called put. Okay. And the first parameter should be key. First parameter should be key, and the next parameter should be your value. Here value is opportunity new op. Okay. Once successfully done iteration outside, before calling another method, you need to check the size. Check the collection size. How to check the collection size for map? Map of, sorry, amount change dot values dot size. Okay, for list you can use size method directly. For amount change, let's use values dot size. Okay, once that is done, you can say this dot this insert method. Here what do I need to pass? I need to pass amount change only, map of id comma opportunity, isn't it? You can also write the same logic again here. I'm just showing how you can utilize it. That's it. And it is not mandatory that you need to write like this. You can write the actual 3 line of code here. For just for 3, instead of writing this, you can actually write this if condition, right? Amount not equal to old amount. Instead of doing all this, drama, we can write this. But it's a way that we are trying to find how we can reutilize the code. Okay. If trigger dot is update and trigger dot is insert handler dot after update trigger dot new map comma trigger dot old map. So if I try to update now, edit, I'm saving it. It is not thrown error. It means that it is never validated by record, isn't it? Edit. I change my record to 22. It means the amount is changed. Now it will go to the validation. Array, 1 minute. If it is 46, then I got it. After update trigger dot is after is insert. I kept is sorry. Okay. First let me made it to 20 only. 20 say. Here I updated instead of is after I mentioned is insert. Now I'm editing it again and I'm saving it. No validation occurred. Edited and then I'm edited to 22. Save. Saying that error 22 as now amount margin is 46. Previously, if I don't edit, change the amount, if I edit, it is saved successfully. If I change the amount, it is checking validation. This is what our expectation, right? We need to check validation only if there is any changes in the amount. Until unless we don't want to do that. Clear? Okay. Now let's for you this one. Okay, Sharanya. Whenever I create a new contact, create a new contact, the time I'm saving, whenever I save my contact, I need to get mailing address should be same as billing address of account. In account we have a in account object we have a billing address. Okay. Whenever I'm creating a contact, it need to check the billing address of an account. If the billing address exists, mailing street should be populated as a account billing address. Else it need to throw error saying that hey, the selected account is not eligible because there is no billing address. Whenever I'm creating a contact, I need to check for account billing address. If account billing address exists, I need to update my mailing address into a billing address. Else, it need to throw error. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now tell me where you'll write a trigger. No, where you'll write a trigger first. Yeah. Where you are changing first. Where you are creating record for the first time. Contact. So the trigger should be on contact. Okay. Now events. Which event? Why before? Mm-hmm. How you'll know that which account you need to check? There are multiple accounts, right? How you'll know that you need to check only for that particular account for a contact? How? What is your key parameter here? What is the relationship between account and contact? What is the yeah? What is the relationship field in account trigger? Create contact. Create contact. Account ID. So we need to extract the account IDs from the contacts, and then we need to retrieve the data from a database, and then we need to compare. Okay, we'll see that. I'm closing this trigger. I'm going with new Apex trigger. Apex trigger. On which object now I need to create? Contact underscore TGR. On which object? Contact. I'm not worried about this now. I'll go with the Apex class. Contact TGR HTLR. Contact trigger handler. First one I need to go with public void before insert. In which data you have in the collection? You have only one data called list of contact new list. This is what we'll get in a before insert. First we need to get extract the related account IDs from the new contacts. This is what we need to do, right? So for that, we need to use a set of ACC IDs. Why set? Set will not allow duplicates, right? You can have a more than one contact for the same account, so set will not allow duplicates. Now we need to iterate your new list. How to iterate? For, because this is a list, how to iterate? Very simple, straightforward. Data type con dot new list. Why map? We need to add only, see, there are contacts which can created without account also, right? I can create contact without account, isn't it? So I need to check my account ID not equal to null first, and then I'll say accids dot add accids dot add of con dot account ID. If there is no, if the ID exists, then I'm adding to my collection, isn't it? Then what I need to check? I need to check. There are chances I can create a contact without account, so it doesn't matter, right? So I need to check if accids is not null. So how to check that? If accids dot size greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, it means that we need to continue with the next process. Else we need to stop here only, isn't it? So now I'll need to retrieve your account information from the accounts. How to retrieve? Map of ID comma account acc map equal to new map of ID comma account. This is how the query we need to write. Inside this flower braces, I mean brackets, we need to write a square brackets, select ID comma building street, building city, comma building state, building country, building postal code from account where ID equal to colon or in colon, which one? What you think? Why you think in? It have more than one record, right? It's a collection, so in column. So we got our account IDs, account data based on our IDs. Now what we need to do, as the next step, we need to iterate our contacts again. Iterate contacts to update or validate. Contact con list. First we need to get an account. If acc map dot get not equal to null. First we need to check whether it is null or not null, because contact cannot have an account ID, right? Sorry, first we need to check con dot account ID. Con dot account ID not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then I need to read my account data. Account acc equal to acc map dot get of con dot account ID is my key, right? Now I need to check if here I'm not doing everything, I'm taking only building street, okay? Let's say acc dot billing street equal to null, or acc dot billing street equal to blank. Then I'll say con dot account id dot add error account is not eligible. There is no billing street provided. There is no billing street provided. This is my error. Okay. New list. This one we need to use. Else, if not the case, what I am doing, I'm just updating con dot mailing street equal to acc dot billing street. Only one thing I'm doing, it's a continued for the same type of condition. You need to have if conditions and you need to check. That's it. So now it is fine. Now I need to call this trigger. Handler equal to new this one, control A shift tab. Okay, if trigger dot is insert and trigger dot is before handler dot before insert, handler dot before insert trigger dot new. So for this there is no billing address, right? I'll try to create a new address with this only. Create contact v2 test, and I am saving it. Array of test. See, account is not eligible. There is no billing street provided. Let's say I'm going back. I'm editing and I'm providing my billing street as testing street. Say and I'm saving it. Now it is eligible, right? 1 minute. Acha, here it is went to test. Here I can see billing street is came up here. Testing street inside billing street. The same, I mean, you can continue for other fields, I don't think. The way we written for a billing street not equal to null, the same thing you need to continue for a billing state, billing city, billing content, all those stuff. Right? So why we had to retrieve account IDs? Because you need to have a parent information. So if you have a dependency to get a data, you need to query the data. Clear? Better the query always should be let it be there in the map. Consider if it is not a map, if it is a list, you need to write a 2 for loops, right? I mean, unless you map with your account and all those stuff, instead of doing that much, we can have the map ready.